Hey everyone, just watched the 5th episode of Voltron Legendary Defender's 8th season, The Grudge. The main story is based around the Paladins, but first I actually like to talk about the sort of B story of this episode aboard the Atlas. We catch up a bit with Aksha, the former general of Lotor, that Keith gained kind of a ally respect over the past few seasons before she joined the hero side. She's still quite an outsider amongst the Atlas crew, amongst the Garrison personnel. But the pilots hope to reach out to her, start a bit of a friendship, especially Lance's sister, Veronica. And it offers a little bit of sweet character interaction, but there is some kind of serious awkwardness along the way, like the pilots and Commander Iverson talking about their experience with pets, and her bringing up the kind of complicated ordeals based around the cat Kova and Narti, who she was bonded to. And also giving an overview of her past as being shunned by the Galra, manipulated by Lotor. So, obviously this is a person with a lot of baggage, but they want to work to see past that and accept her as one of their own, which is nice. Meanwhile, the Paladins have worked towards figuring out the Komar Robeast's wormhole travels, and of course still wondering what Unnerva wants from what they took on Alkarian. In fact, I think sort of like adapted weapon cubes from a while back. And they work to find a good rendezvous point, but they soon find themselves trapped on sort of a barren alien world, thanks to the sort of hacking and sneak attack efforts of a group of pirates and bounty hunters piloting a Galra cruiser. And since they can apparently track the Paladins through their suits and their bayards, they have to survive for some time out in the open without their gear. And besides the enemy's own strengths and arsenal, the air is highly carbon dioxide concentrated, so I'm not sure about Allura, but at least for the human members and half-human Keith, that gives them a limited time frame of just surviving in the environment. So with their story, we get a bit of a survival adventure, some like most dangerous game touches. And I'm not sure if all of the pirates and whatnot are previously featured characters. I know there's at least the bounty hunter that originally faced off against Pidge and Matt. He's returned. There's one who's the same species as Azor's non-Galricide, similar skin tones and that weird head appendage thing. I feel like their hacker might have been in a previous episode, I'm not sure. He's got some pretty deceptive tactics. He can send false messages to the Atlas crew and even disguise his voice as Keith's in real time. But the combat is overall pretty dramatic, with the occasional bit of humor. But it wraps up with a pretty serious fight between Keith and the group's leader, calling back some pretty serious stuff from seasons past. But again, I don't want to spoil a lot of it. Watching it, I had a pretty good idea of some character things, but still worked out emotionally as expected. So overall, with those new developments that the Paladins encountered, what they can bring back to their overall crew, their allies, some good developments in the ongoing plot with some nice side stuff to feature along the way as well. So I'll see you at episode 71.